Now a former Tar Heel, Giovanni Bernard. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Again, here's Bernard. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Dalton gives to Bernard, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there. It doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side, didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
To the left side here for Eifert. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Second down, Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now a carry for Bernard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He was a 2nd-round pick. Many scouts thought he could have gone higher than that.
And I was one of them. Even though I don't scout for any particular team, I had a first-round grade on him. And frankly, I'm surprised he lasted to the 2nd round. They got a steal with this player.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Dalton off play action. Surveying the field. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And now on 4th down, Dalton will give way to his field goal team and Mike Nugent. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good. But when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football. Heinz Field has always been a tough place for field goal kickers. It's just a very heavy sod. Plus, you've got... an open end of the field with wind coming off the Allegheny. And sure enough, he kind of chunks this one, and it's no good.
They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. And some room to maneuver. And a cut to the left sideline. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And this will be a touchback as Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. They'll run again with Bernard. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. So now the Cincinnati native, also former Bearcat, and now a Bengal, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Fielded at the 20. And some room to roam now. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. J.J. Nelson, 79 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now Bernard. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again.
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way.
Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Holding offense. Still 7 down.
Here's Bernard. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
While there's no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
And the grab by Croft. And a nifty little deep juke spin move. Not a great deal there on the back end, but a nice gain still. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And he's got the AFC leader in receiving yards last year, Antonio Brown. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ray Malaluga. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Andy Dalton. It's brought in left side by Tate.
Holding offense. Still first down.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. To the left side here for Eifert. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
He's got time. He completes it to Tate. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Anytime there's an open target and there's a reception, the next thing you're looking for, the ability to break a tackle and gain additional yardage. That's what we just saw.
380. Dalton, 1st and 10. Caught right side, Tate. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Cincinnati first.